The year is 1940. The sky was a source of fear, not hope. Across Europe, the wail of air raid sirens signalled danger from above. Enemy planes approached, carrying bombs. No one knew where they'd fall. The sirens' cry meant run, hide, and hope for survival. Families grabbed what they could and rushed for shelter. Most homes offered little protection. A direct hit meant destruction. Ordinary civilians became targets as war invaded their streets and skies. Official shelters were crowded, cold, and often far away. In London, people packed into underground stations. Elsewhere, public shelters were built of concrete. The air was thick with anxiety. Children cried, people prayed. The British government distributed Anderson shelters, corrugated iron structures buried in gardens. These offered some protection from debris, but not from a direct hit. For those without gardens, even this was out of reach. The fear was constant, and true safety felt impossible. People improvised, creating makeshift shelters wherever they could. The search for safety became a daily struggle. The siren's wail became the soundtrack of survival. Life under the sirens was a test of endurance and hope. Faced with relentless danger, people took survival into their own hands. If safety couldn't be found above ground, they'd dig for it below. Families secretly excavated bunkers beneath their homes, often at night. The work was hard and had to remain hidden from neighbours and officials. Buckets of earth were quietly removed, bit by bit. Makeshift shelters were reinforced with salvaged wood and bricks. Entrances were cleverly concealed under rugs or floorboards. Across Europe, these hidden bunkers became sanctuaries from bombs and in occupied areas from soldiers. Digging was an act of defiance, a quiet rebellion against fear. In the darkness, people carved out hope with their own hands. Life underground was cramped, dark and tense. Families huddled together, listening to the distant thud of bombs. Children clung to toys, trying to make the shelter feel less frightening. In Warsaw, a family survived months in a bunker beneath their kitchen, breathing through a hidden pipe. These spaces became temporary homes, stocked with food, water, and a few precious belongings. In the silence, families whispered stories and held each other close. Emerging after the all-clear, they faced the devastation above. Sometimes their home was gone, but the bunker had saved them. These stories are testaments to the will to survive and protect loved ones. These bunkers offered safety, but brought new dangers. Weak construction meant collapse was a constant threat. Poor ventilation risked suffocation if air pipes were blocked. Discovery by soldiers could mean arrest or death, especially for those hiding others. Yet the risk of doing nothing felt greater than the dangers underground. Each bunker was a gamble, one that thousands took to survive. When the war ended, most bunkers were sealed and forgotten. Occasionally they're rediscovered, hidden chambers beneath old homes, filled with relics of fear and hope. These bunkers are monuments to resilience and ingenuity. They remind us that ordinary people can do extraordinary things in the face of terror. The legacy of these shelters is quiet but powerful. They speak of the instinct to protect, to endure, and to hope. Beneath our feet, their stories remain, a reminder of the cost of war and the strength of the human spirit. Even in darkness, people found ways to survive and wait for the sun to rise again.